Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Hasi, and today's topic is BOT 2313 plant lab number 1, Intro to Plantae or plant kingdom. So let's get started. Okay, so make sure that you download the syllabus from the Canvas and review and start studying the lab number 1, which will be covered in today's video. Okay, so lab number 1 is about introduction to plant kingdom. This is a very intro lab, so a lot of introductory information in this lab. Excuse me. So always remember, this is an anatomy lab. That means it requires microscopy, drawing, and also labeling your drawings. So lab number 1 has objectives starting with the vocabulary, basic vocabulary like angiosperms, monocots, dicots, flowers, largest flowers, smallest flowers, plant, largest organisms, plant needs, and appreciation for plants, specifically for angiosperms. Angiosperm mean flowering plants. And then also every lab you will have plant of the week and identify some specific given plant of that specific species, their common names, but more importantly, their scientific names as well as their class. And then to make sure that you record all the necessary data and for future like studying for the coming up exams. Okay, so if you look at the world map, like you see here in this picture, as you know, agriculture, plants are a big part of the agriculture, and this is like showing some of the biggest agriculture countries. As you can see, largest countries in the world at the same time are the biggest agricultural and plant producers at the same time. So some top 10 facts about plants to start with. Plants are multicellular green eukaryotes or green multicellular eukaryotes. And we are gonna see they have a great diversity from smallest to the largest sizes. The tallest plant, oldest or tallest organisms or oldest organisms or largest volume in our living organisms, they are always in Plantae kingdom. Okay, and plant produce a variety of products that we are going to talk about today. And every lab we have a couple of plants. You can see two plants here. One is snake plant here on the right side, which is Sansevieria, and on the left side is rubber plant, which is the difference between these two are the snake plant is a monocot plant, and the rubber plant here is dicot. But also you see here another plant, which is another cool dicot plant. This is called pothos. Pothos is Pothos. Pothos is a very common of plants in houses and indoors. So this is a dicot plant, pothos. Okay. So every plants, we can put them in these three groups. They could be either annuals, they live up to 1 year. Biennials, they live up to 2 years. Perennials, they live 2 and plus all the way to a few thousand years, possibly. Okay, so plants provide a lot of products for us, including oxygen, the food, ornamentals, landscapes, among others. So plants also can be classified as vascular versus non-vascular, but this is more like morphology-wise, so we are not gonna so much focus on this. Again, we are gonna talk about these two classes. of angiosperms, monocot versus dicot. So we have a table that actually shows that. So we have a few, especially maybe two major model plant organisms. One of these model species is this one you see on this slide. It's called Arabidopsis thaliana, which is basically the most studied model plant, maybe by scientists. Arabidopsis is very popular because it's relatively just simple genetics, and it can grow very easily in 36 days, can go from seed to seed. There are a lot of genetic resources available with this plant. So if you look at the plant diversity in general, we see actually quite large diversity. We see some early plants here like liverwort mosses from 430 million years ago to all the way to the flowering plants you see here, which is 145 million years ago in evolution wise. So some statistics about in general plants. So this is a plant here on the left side. You see Rafflesia, which is considered the largest single flower in the world, more than 1 meter diameter of the size. The picture you see here in the middle is considered the longest living organisms or plant in this case, which is called bristlecone pine. It's about 4,800 years old, and it's in California, eastern mountains of California. Also, we see here on the right side, which is basically the tallest plants, like one of the tallest plants, which is a sequoia, which is about 117 meters tall. Okay. This plant here you see is the smallest plant, which is the smallest flower in a flowering plant, which is called Wolffia. Wolffia is also called duckweed, D-U-C-K, duckweed, because obviously ducks eat the Wolffia. A lot of other products, including taking CO2 from the air. Plants are very good in that. They carry the most important reaction in the biosphere, which is photosynthesis. They produce a lot of other products, including vitamins, caffeine, morphine, tea, like or the tannins in the tea, among a lot of others. Some of the major problems we see today world basically cannot be solved without really actually studying plants and involving plants in it, including population growth and also feeding 10 billion potential population by year 2050. And of course, global warming is another issue which affects directly the plants. Every time temperatures go up 1 degree Celsius can actually negatively affect 3 to 5% of the plant yields in the world. So I'm gonna move to this slide here, which is gonna show you the four things that plant needs. They only need 4 things: water, light, warm temperature, and nutrients. So always remember that. But they give us so much in return. Okay. And this table here shows you 2 classes of angiosperms, monocots at the top, dicots at the bottom here. Comparing them, they are in terms of seed, monocot has only 1 piece of seed, but dicots have 2 parts. That's why I call dicotyledons. Leaf in monocot is very elongated, long, and parallel, but the dicot is more wide, like you can see here, net-like. Monocot stem is scattered, but dicot stem is very organized. Monocot's root is fibrous, but dicot has this tap root you see here, and monocot flower has less parts like tree, maybe multiples of 3, but dicot has 4 or 5 and multiples of 4 or 5. Here are some examples of monocots you can study, and dicots. We will see some of them in the future. Okay. This is plant of the week number 1. You can see here, there is a hint here to kind of think about it and guess. This is a plant actually called agave, and its scientific name is Agave Tequiliana, which is belong to the monocot class. So for the wet lab of today's lab, so you can start your notebook and put today's lab number 1 in it. And as a wet lab, you can actually draw maybe a pothos, which is our die-cut model plan. Maybe a liriop, which is a grass and also is a monocot model plan. And then also write down a few of major features of monocot versus die-cut. Okay, so just to recap, this was lab number 1. Lab number 1 was just an introduction, basically just introducing especially angiosperms and a few model plants, including Arabidopsis thaliana, and basically just to look at some statistics of generals what plant need, and also what are some records of plants like longest, tallest, and oldest plants. So thanks for watching, and please feel free comments and like and subscribe. So see you in next video. Happy studying.